The video opens in silence. Not theme music, not commentary, just the low hum of a backstage corridor. The camera shakes slightly, like someone's holding a phone behind a production crate. The lens peeks through a narrow gap between equipment cases. The lighting is dim, unfinished, raw. This isn't WWE TV polish. This is real, or at least, it feels real. Roman Reigns is already there. He's standing alone near the far wall, arms crossed, head slightly down. No championship over his shoulder. No bloodline, no Paul Heyman, just Roman Reigns in a black hoodie, jaw clenched, eyes cold. He looks like a man waiting not because he has to, but because he allowed it. Footsteps echo. Austin Theory enters the frame. No arrogance this time, no selfie energy, no smirk. Theory looks cautious, focused, almost nervous. He stops a few feet away from Roman, keeping distance like a man who knows exactly how dangerous the space he's stepped into really is. For a long moment, neither man speaks. Roman breaks the silence first. So, it's true. Theory tilts his head slightly. Depends what you heard. Roman slowly lifts his eyes. That stare alone feels heavier than any championship belt. I heard you've been asking questions, Roman says. My name keeps coming out of your mouth. Theory exhales, nods once. I ask questions about everyone. Roman steps forward, just one step, but the air changes instantly. No, Roman says quietly. You ask questions about people you think you can use. Theory doesn't back up. He doesn't step forward either. He stays exactly where he is, like he planned this distance carefully. I'm trying to understand the landscape, Theory replies. Things are changing. New power, new alliances, old ones cracking. Roman smirks, barely. You think I'm cracked? Theory hesitates. Just a second too long. Roman notices. You don't come looking for me because you're curious, Roman continues. You come looking for me because you're scared of where this place is going without me at the center. Theory shakes his head slowly. No, I came because I know exactly where this place goes with you at the center. Roman raises an eyebrow. And where's that? Theory takes a breath. This is the moment he's been building toward. Everyone waits, Theory says. Everyone bends. Everyone hides behind you, or hides from you. And eventually, the whole system freezes. Roman laughs under his breath. That's rich, he says. Coming from a guy who's been handed opportunity after opportunity. Theory's tone sharpens. Handed. You think I didn't earn every inch of it? Roman steps closer now, close enough that Theory has to look up slightly. I think, Roman says, voice low, that you mistake survival for dominance. Theory's jaw tightens. And I think, he fires back, that you mistake fear for loyalty. The words hang heavy. For the first time, Roman doesn't immediately respond. The camera zooms slightly, shaky, like whoever's filming just realized how serious this has become. Roman finally speaks. You know why you're still standing right now? He asks. Theory doesn't answer. Because you're honest, Roman continues. Stupid, but honest. Theory smirks faintly. I'll take that as progress. Roman shakes his head. You don't want progress, Roman says. You want positioning. Theory nods. No denial. Yes, he says. I do. Roman turns away, pacing a step to the side, thinking. When he turns back, his voice is colder. And what position do you think you deserve? Theory straightens his posture. Equal ground. The corridor goes silent again. Roman stares at him like he just heard the funniest joke of his life. Equal, Roman repeats. With me. Theory doesn't flinch. Not today, he says. Not tomorrow, but soon. Roman steps in close, so close their shoulders almost touch. You don't skip steps to get to me, Roman says. You don't negotiate equality with a man who built this place on his back. Theory meets his eyes. Every empire falls the same way, he says. Not from the outside, from the inside, from the ones who waited long enough to learn how it works. Roman's smile disappears. That a threat? Theory pauses. No, he says. That's a warning. To both of us. Roman leans back slightly, studying him now. Not angry. Calculating. You think aligning with me keeps you safe? Roman asks. I think, Theory replies, standing against you too early gets me erased. Roman nods slowly. Smart answer. Another pause. Then Roman says something that changes everything. You know why I agreed to meet you? Theory shakes his head. Because I wanted to see, Roman says, if you were bold enough to say these things to my face. Theory exhales. And, Roman's eyes narrow. You are. Roman steps back, creating space again. That's why this conversation stays between us, Roman says. For now. Theory's eyes widen just slightly. For now, he repeats. Roman turns to leave. For now, Roman says again. Because if what you're saying ever leaks, if I ever hear you repeating this to the wrong people. Roman stops walking, doesn't turn around. I won't warn you next time. Theory swallows hard. I wouldn't expect you to. Roman finally walks away, disappearing around the corner. Theory stands there alone. The camera lingers on him. He exhales slowly, runs a hand through his hair, and mutters under his breath. He's not afraid of losing power. The camera zooms in closer. He's afraid of who learns how to take it. The footage abruptly cuts to black. No outro music, no commentary, just a single line of text on screen. This conversation was never meant to be seen. The screen fades back in. The footage quality is worse now. Grainier. Like this part was never meant to survive deletion. Different hallway. Closer to guerrilla position. Roman Reigns is gone. Austin Theory is still there, but he's moving now. Walking with purpose. Not panicked. Not rushed. Calculated. The camera follows from a distance, ducking behind cables and road cases. Theory turns a corner. And stops. Someone is waiting. Not a producer. Not security. Paul Heyman. Heyman leans against the wall, phone in hand, reading something that suddenly doesn't seem important anymore. He doesn't look surprised to see Theory. That's the first red flag. He looks prepared. Mr. Theory, Heyman says gently, without looking up. Funny thing about hallways like these. Conversations echo longer than people expect. Theory's eyes narrow. How long have you been standing there? He asks. Heyman smiles, finally looking up. Long enough to know, he says, that you are far more interesting than you appear on television. Theory exhales, controlled. Did you hear everything? He asks. Heyman chuckles. No, he says, but I heard enough to know you believe power is something that can be studied. Theory steps closer. And you believe it can't? Heyman straightens his tie. I believe, Heyman says, that power recognizes itself. And tonight, Roman recognized you. Theory scoffs lightly. Or he marked me, he replies. Heyman's smile widens. Sometimes, he says, those are the same thing. Theory glances down the hallway Roman disappeared into. So what is this? Theory asks. A test, a warning, or recruitment? Heyman tilts his head. Careful, he says. That question assumes you're not already involved. Theory stiffens. Heyman steps closer now, voice dropping. You don't accidentally cross Roman Reigns' path. Heyman continues. And you don't walk away without consequences. Theory folds his arms. I didn't back down, he says. Heyman nods approvingly. No, he agrees. You didn't. Silence. Then Heyman delivers the line that shifts everything. Which means, he says, you are now on the list. Theory's eyes lock on him. What list? Heyman leans in just enough. The list of men Roman is watching, he says. Not enemies. Not allies. Successors. Theory lets out a short laugh. That's ridiculous. Heyman's expression doesn't change. Is it? He asks. Roman didn't threaten you. He didn't dismiss you. He didn't make an example out of you. Heyman gestures down the hallway. He let you walk away, Heyman says. That is not mercy. That is assessment. Theory's smirk fades. So what happens now? He asks. Heyman taps his phone once, then slips it into his pocket. Now, he says, you find out how heavy the crown really is, without ever wearing it. Before Theory can respond, Heyman's phone vibrates. Heyman glances at the screen. One word appears reflected faintly in his glasses. Roman. Heyman answers immediately. Yes, my tribal chief, he says. He listens. His expression changes. Not fear, not surprise. Something closer to interest. I understand, Heyman says. Yes, I'll make sure he's aware. Heyman ends the call and looks back at Theory. He wants you to know something, Heyman says. Theory's jaw tightens. What? Heyman steps back, creating space. From this moment forward, Heyman says, every move you make will be interpreted as either patience or provocation. Theory nods slowly. Tell him, Theory says, I don't provoke. I prepare. Heyman smiles again, wider than before. Oh, he says, he already knows. Heyman walks away. The camera stays on Theory. He doesn't move. Seconds pass. Then Theory turns toward the camera. For the first time, he sees it. The lens freezes. Theory stares directly into it. No anger. No shock. Recognition. He steps closer. The image shakes violently, like the person filming just realized they've been caught. Theory leans in close enough that his voice is barely audible. Careful what you leak, he whispers. Some stories don't end, they evolve. The footage cuts. Hard cut. Static. Then a final clip begins. Black and white. Time stamped earlier that night. Roman Reigns is alone again. Different room. Locker room lighting. His reflection fills the mirror. Paul Heyman stands behind him. He's ambitious, Heyman says. Roman doesn't look up. So was I, Roman replies. Heyman nods. He thinks empires fall from the inside. Roman finally lifts his head, locking eyes with his reflection. They only fall, Roman says, when the man at the center stops watching the cracks. Roman reaches forward and places his hand over the camera lens. The screen goes black. Text appears slowly. This wasn't a confrontation. This was a warning. Then one final line fades in. The real war hasn't started yet. If you want, next I can. Continue into the first on-screen confrontation. Reveal who leaked the footage. Tie this directly into Raw with consequences. Introduce the mystery man as the manipulator behind the leak. Just say the word. The screen stays black longer this time. No static. No sound. Then a single audio spike cuts through the silence. Footsteps. The video fades in slowly, like someone manually raised the exposure. This angle is higher. Mounted. Security cam. Timestamp in the corner confirms it. Raw. Later that night. Roman Reigns exits a private locker room, hoodie up again, walking with that calm, deliberate pace that makes everyone else move out of his way without being told. Paul Heyman follows 2 steps behind, phone in hand, scanning. Messages faster than usual. They stop. Austin Theory stands at the far end of the hallway. This isn't accidental. No cameras are supposed to be here. No production crew. No commentators. Just 2 men who now know too much about each other. Theory doesn't smile. Roman doesn't speak. Paul Heyman senses it immediately and takes a step back, creating distance. This is no longer his conversation. Roman finally breaks the silence. You saw the footage. Theory nods. Everyone will, he says. Sooner or later. Roman tilts his head. You think that scares me? Theory takes a step forward. I think, he says, it changes the rules. Roman steps forward too. Now they're face to face. Rules don't change for men like me, Roman says. They break around us. Theory's voice is steady. And men like you always think they're the exception. Roman's eyes narrow. You didn't leak it, Roman says suddenly. Theory blinks, surprised. No, he admits. I didn't. Heyman's eyes flick between them. Roman continues. But you knew it would surface. Theory nods slowly. Yes. Roman smirks. Then you're smarter than I thought. The tension tightens. Roman leans in slightly. So here's what you don't understand, Roman says. Leaks don't weaken me. They expose who's brave enough to stand in the light. Theory leans in too. And here's what you don't understand, he replies. Every empire collapses the moment its secrets stop being private. Roman straightens. Then let's see, he says, who survives the exposure. Suddenly, a loud clatter echoes down the hallway. Both men turn. A figure steps out from behind a loading bay door. Face hidden, hoodie, gloves. The mystery man. The camera struggles to focus. The angle isn't meant for drama, but the presence is undeniable. Heyman's breath catches. That's him, he mutters. Roman doesn't move. The mystery man raises one hand, not threatening, not defensive. Almost casual. Gentlemen, the voice says. Distorted. You're both reacting exactly on schedule. Theory turns sharply. You leaked it, he says. The mystery man tilts his head. I released it, he corrects. There's a difference. Roman finally speaks to him. You want attention, Roman says. You got it. Now you disappear. The mystery man chuckles. Oh no, he says. This is where it begins. He gestures between Roman and Theory. You represent legacy, he says, pointing to Roman. You represent ambition, pointing to Theory. And both of you are standing on a system built on fear, silence, and selective truth. Roman steps forward. You think you're untouchable? The mystery man shakes his head. No, he says. I think I'm necessary. He presses a button on something in his hand. Every monitor in the hallway lights up at once. Clips flash rapidly. Roman in private conversations. Theory in closed-door meetings. Heyman on late-night calls. Nothing illegal. Everything dangerous. Heyman whispers. This is catastrophic. The mystery man speaks again. This locker room has lived too long pretending loyalty is real, he says. I'm just showing everyone where it breaks. Roman's jaw tightens. You made a mistake, Roman says. The mystery man steps back into the shadows. No, he says. I made a schedule. The monitors go black. Alarms begin to sound somewhere deeper in the building. Security shouts echo. The mystery man is gone. Theory exhales sharply. Roman doesn't move. Heyman looks at Roman. What do we do? He asks. Roman finally turns. He looks at Theory. Not as a rival, not as a threat, as a decision. We adapt, Roman says. Or we get consumed. Theory nods slowly. Then we're already at war, he says. Roman steps closer, lowering his voice so only Theory can hear. No, Roman says. Now you're choosing a side. Theory looks down the hallway where the mystery man vanished. Then back at Roman. I already did, he says. The screen cuts to black. White text fades in. Leaked footage doesn't destroy empires. It shows who's willing to rule the ruins. Then one final line. Next week on Raw, nothing stays hidden. If you want, I can continue with the first in-ring moment between Roman and Theory after the leak. The mystery man manipulating multiple factions. Heyman's loyalty being tested publicly. Or a shocking betrayal that flips the power structure. Just tell me how far you want to push it.